live. I don't know what the heck. They wanna like this, like this. I don't know. Well, let's talk. Let's talk, man. Top of the AM. We talk boxing. Too much things that is going on. You know, I got a bunch of notes. With front of men. But yeah, we gotta talk, man. Too many narratives being created in boxing. It's crazy. It's sad. It's sad. Hey, give me a second. No, my lives be real. My lives be raw. And I don't hear any music in the background. I do not own none of that shit with the pop drum, listening to that freaky dumbass music. The shit be in the way. Now, I mean, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Yeah, banging that. Well, let's talk. We live. Let's talk. Let's talk. There's too many narratives being created in boxing. Uh, I'm gonna go off one interview. You know, we all just watch. Shout out to Mill City Boxing. So call me on so I can grind these niggas up when you got them on. You know, uh, he had Bernie the Boxer, Brian Norman Sr., and what's the guy, Greg Hackett to put it up. And just listening to Bernie the Boxer tell Brian Norman Sr., though all top rank shit is all top rank shit. You know, that Boots need Brian Norman. Brian Norman don't need Boots. Let me tell you, Brian Norman not fighting nobody. He's not fighting nobody. He's knocking who out? The niggas he's fighting, he not like they nobody. I mean, they nobodies in any tough competition. Like, well, you fight, you chose Jin Sakai when you stated in your last fight when you beat Derek that, and Derek could have went on. The ref just stopped the fight fast, but you said that you want all of the big fights, and you knew after your fight, Boots had to fight 2 weeks later. You waited 2 weeks and watched what Boots did to Stan Jones, and you chose. And this is the crazy thing about these fighters. Whatever happens is sparring, going to happen. Like, don't believe me? Look at Virgil Ortiz. His last two opponents was what? Sparring partners. A sparring partner. Yeah, Bo and Chuck used to score Virgil and sparring, and he did it again when he fought. And we seen Virgil take that loss, but it was a different agenda. And what I mean by that is, last time I checked, right? And this is boxing in general. The person that throw the most punches, 9 times out of 10 is going to land the most punches. And judging used to be the person that landed the most punches is the winner. We don't see that nowadays. We don't see none of that nowadays. If a certain fighter is in an elite status and making a certain amount of money, they're going to make sure they push that shit. That's why Ryan Garcia, when Turkey went to you, and all Turkey said, nigga, just throw punches. You throw punches, I can get you the victory. You know? And the reason he was doing that just to secure the bag. But in Ryan mentality, you know, Broly told him what it is. Broly exposed everything. Broly told the world everything. Even if I beat you, the fight's still gonna take place. Y'all two still gonna fight. But I know you better than I know you. People gonna play some other shit, you know. And Boots versus Teo is a mega fight. I watch the people come at Teo like, say I work 47, get two squad, but he's only moving up 7 pounds. That's one weight division. When he came in his last fight with Arnold Barbosa, he was 146. So 140, 147 147 is the real weight class. See, that's the fact. See, back then fighters just your walk around weight was your weight class. Now you got all of these fighters they bitch about rehydration clause, right? When the WBC has the rehydration clause, the WBO has the rehydration clause, the WBA has the rehydration clause, and everybody knows the IBF has a 10% rehydration clause and same day wage. You only can gain up to 10 pounds. Everybody knows that. Now you take that out of the equation, right? Whatever state you fight in, that state has a rehydration clause. And 9 times out of 10, it be between 15% and 21%. So when you hear these rehydration clause situations, that's just a form of nigga. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of us fans, now they want to call us casual. But a lot of us fans, a lot of us really don't know that boxing has a rehydration clause in general, and every state has. But you let these fighters tell it, they want to create a narrative and an agenda. Like you always want to put that stigma on tape. But motherfucker, you know there's a rehydration clause. Don't believe me? Go look at the rule book. But you let anybody else create the narrative. This is the narrative they want to paint. Like I say, to each his own. To each his own. You know what I mean? I ain't boo fool. I'd rather be Yogi, not boo fool. You know what I mean? And niggas always thought boo was the smart one. Nah, boo was always, you know, boo the beard. And I think Yogi was always the nigga that made it happen. You know? And that should be crazy. It's like I watch people go on the rant and call Jerron Boots as an ego champion. Instead of stating the truth. Instead of stating the truth, and the truth is what? Niggas is ducking. People is ducking. People is ducking. Well, Madrimov and Bud fought. Madrimov had the intern belt. Charlo's still the champion recess. Charlo's the real champion. If you hear any music in the background, I do not own the copyright to none of that music. Only if it's Louis 1-3. That's why I don't understand YouTube. I don't understand how y'all give me a copyright strike for my music. Now I wanna understand is did you give me a copyright strike because of the I need to know is it because of the producers? Because if it is, I need to be informed because I purchased them beats. I leased them. I ain't purchased them, I leased them because I'm trying to build with producers. But I need to know YouTube. I need to know because if that gave me a copyright strike, oh I'm coming for that producer. Like, bro, you gotta take that shit off. It makes no sense to us leasing something and then y'all putting copyright strikes on something that I gave you my money for. You know what I mean? Like that shit don't make sense. No, it don't make sense. I mean, honestly, it don't make sense. It happened to me before. So when I understand, I'm like, bro, like, all right, like this. Shout out to John Camp. Shout out to John Camp. Balance Beats. I purchased 2 beats off. One of the beats I never used yet, but one of the beats it's on my 60 no, it's on my Get It to Die album, which is on all streaming platforms right now. And that was back in 2014 when I was on the run. Uh, I purchased a beat from me, and like this, I did like this, and now that I uploaded, I get copyright strikes. Bro, I purchased this beat from me over 11 years ago. Why should I get copyright strikes? Because we already did this. We was on the phone talking. We did all that shit. You know what I mean? And it just be sad. I went through the same shit with Brad Ken. They sell these beat packs like 100 beats. And I end up purchasing one from him. And went through the same shit. But I'm gonna leave that for my music channel. But right now it's about boxing. Uh, then Bill Haney. Bill Haney creating the narrative. That his son. What I mean, looking good. Oh, your son did. Your son ran for their life. That nigga ran like he was on the Underground Railroad running from himself. You understand me? Harriet Tubman, rest in peace, kept saying, Dad, what the fuck you doing? Why are you running? It's over. It's over, Dad. It's over. Why are you running? Why are you running? If Dad would have exchanged more, then we could have said, his situation was great and it was in a great condition. You know what I mean? Like, he looked good. No, but the shit he doing, like, bro, you made Williams score through the Devin Heat. That's crazy. But yeah, when I'm getting back with these email champions, we gotta stop calling them email champions and call it what it is. Real fact. Niggas duck. You know what I mean? People be ducking. It's called a big duck. If you gotta become an email champion because the champion don't want to fight you, that's called a duck. It's called a duck. And especially if a champion move up and fight a bum ass nigga, that's called a duck. That's what it's called, a duck. A duck. There's no such thing of an email champion. It's called the champion ducked the mandatory and he ran to fight a no name motherfucker and now you the champion. You've been a nigga mandatory for how long? You feel me? Like we all know Canelo running from Benavidez. You know that. You know that. John Ryder, Bud Crawford, Munguia, Berlanga, bro, they not Benavidez. Then on top of that, bro, like Canelo already has 2 losses. Bro, you could have fought Benavidez instead of fighting Bivol. Bivol, y'all be putting Bivol up, period. Bivol ain't fight nobody yet. He fought better. You understand? They Muslim. So when you're a Muslim, and especially over there where they're born and raised at, they live by the Sharia laws. So transgressing against one another, it's a done deal. They're not gonna really hurt one another and trying to knock somebody out. That's why we see that elite sparring fight. You know what I mean? But put Bivol on there with Benavidez. Put Bivol on there with David Morrell. Put him in there. Watch what they do to that boy. You know, like shout out to Inoue. You know, everything you put in front of him, you get him out of here. You know, and I'm gonna be one of the ones. You know, what we gotta understand is there's really no fighters down there, so we probably get certain fighters. You know, that's in that weight class because we're really not worried about that weight class. But see, back then, that's how fights started off. We had the lower weight class opening up the fight. You know, the second fight, you know, it'd be another weight class. You know, it'd go from flyweight to lightweight, to junior welterweight, or junior welterweight, or the main event is a welterweight or a heavyweight. It was always great that you knew every opponent. Man, see, back then you knew the top 100 fighters of every weight class. Nowadays, you only know the commentator fighters, and that's just who we talk about. You know, none of us don't talk about Tito Mercado. None of us don't talk about Jari Javier Herrera. Like, for instance, Shakur Stevenson called out a YouTuber and Dean is great. But how the fuck you don't know about these two dogs that's in your sport? That's the same way as YouTuber nigga is, but that's in your sport. You don't know about these two young niggas, these two young motherfucking niggas that's trying to get at you, and they're calling you out. But you see the damage and they put on people. You like, oh, them motherfuckers hit. I mean, they hit. But I understand where Core coming from because Top Rank should have made him a pay-per-view star. There's no way. Top Rank, Top Rank, Top Rank. And I don't blame Bob. I blame whoever's controlling how Bud Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, Teo Lopez, Emiliano Vargas right now. Uh, 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 Father's a legendary straight Hall of Famer. Uh, the people y'all eating Keyshawn right now, first homecoming, there's a million, fucking million. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all people gotta make this shit make sense. And it's crazy how corny motherfuckers do corny shit, man. Them boys should be pay-per-view stars. He ain't there. You know, he ain't there. They should be pay-per-view stars. If you ask me, to each his own. And for Dean the Great, I got a fighter for you. I'm gonna go on X and I'm gonna go on Instagram and I'm gonna push it. My son will knock you out. My son will floor Dean the Great. And nigga, you could be my son's first pro fight. My son will floor you. My son will be Dean the Great worse than Shakur do. You understand me? But shout out Shakur. I came across the video. Shakur got power. Is that he gonna want a chance? You know, could have been what Coach Kenny Ellis said when Tank Carter was sparring and knocked his tooth out or loosened his tooth. Could it be that? You know, if it is that you know he's smarting up. Ever since then, he made sure you can't touch him. Now, I mean, there's something wrong with that though. But one thing about Court, he ain't do what William Scola. He ain't do what Devin did. Remember, William Scola did the Devin Shakur don't fight like that. I mean, we put that pain in. You know, uh, like I always say, like he get in sharp, but when he get out the way, he get out the way. Super duper cat. You know his movement. You know, people gotta understand it's a ring. You got a whole ring to fight. You're not fighting in a You're not fighting like both your shoestrings tied together. When we was small, that's when they tie our shoestrings together. At least do body shots or go 5 or 10 to the head or just slap out and go ham and see who can take the most shots. We're not doing that. So you gotta put in that pain to get at. You gotta put in that pain to get at. I'm still going to produce content. You know, I received something because I posted up a clip, but I'm just keeping that. My title probably was my title, but I'm keeping it real. I posted up a clip where Jermel Charles said something to Tank 80. But we know, like, the GAY word, we don't use it as a person being feminine, etc. like that. Y'all know when we was growing up, we used to see something, we used to be like, man, I ain't trying to offend nobody, nothing educational purpose, but when we was growing up, you see somebody do some corny stuff, you ain't encourage, hey, yo, that's gay, bro. I mean, like, stuff he's doing is gay. It ain't gay. He was doing some the other stuff that we think of. Y'all hanging together, y'all clowning me. That was a word. In certain people's neighborhoods, that was a word. It's like other people's neighborhoods, it was like I say, my word. I call you a crumb, nigga. You was a crumb from growing up, bro. In the late '80s, early '90s, mid '90s, that word was that word. So when I post that, they gave me a strike for that. And I'm like, bro, like this is America, nigga. Y'all under the section of 230. I mean, nigga, we got the freedom of speech. We can type anything. We can do anything we want. But it's crazy how y'all blackball us. Shadow banning is another form of blackball, man. And if a person can't grow their content and get monetized, and whoever running this shit got to get tightened up. Man. It ain't no disrespect because that means you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be behind that keyboard pushing that button to make sure, like right now, I got nobody here. Nobody here. And I know the people that come in and listen 9 times out of 10, people that work here, that's putting that's blackballing people, man. And that's crazy, yo. That's crazy. You can't do none of that shit. But when you watch other pages, you see niggas getting shot. You see real fatty shit. You know what I mean? Like you see that shit and they allow that shit to happen, but when somebody talk about it and just mention a word that it really don't pertain to, because you can tell none of these motherfuckers where we from. Let me show you. Ain't none of these motherfuckers from here. Ain't none of these niggas in the trenches. Ain't none of these niggas down the block. Niggas getting money anywhere. These niggas ain't the fuck from here. You got all these fake ass motherfuckers be talking that shit like they from here. Ain't none of these niggas from here. You got all these fake ass rappers, all these niggas. Oh, he's one of us, right, bro? One of y'all. Like, who the fuck is you? Y'all niggas ain't out here. And I can tell y'all niggas never was that and never will be that because at the end of the day, man, none of you niggas had a rocket. None of you niggas did time upstate. None of you niggas did nothing. No, when niggas say they go to that other place, you gotta be careful with them type of niggas. You understand me? And the reason I say that, man, because I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I say that for my media. For boxing, the narratives gotta stop. A lot of people dislike Tank. We see the problem where every time somebody says something, they gotta mention Tank name. For what? PBC still the biggest. PBC is still the biggest. PBC is still the biggest brand out there. Especially home base, American base, man. Our money is different. And what people got to understand about money, what money you getting paid? Is it U.S. dollars or is it their currency? This is the shit people got to understand. It. Even if you getting paid in crypto, what type of crypto you getting? Nigga? I mean, you get an XRP, you get Bitcoin. Like, what did you get? You don't know. You don't know nothing. Too many Indian names being signed. But at least with PBC, When the fighter signed the contract, you knew what that fighter was getting. It was no NDAs. Your brand was the. I do not own the copyrights to that music, so please do not give me a copyright strike. I'm telling y'all this. So motherfucker telling y'all this. How? How? Understand? But like I say, man, too many narratives being in boxing, man. You know, all of this fake rehydrate. Nigga, boxing in general has a rehydration clause. The WBC has a rehydration clause. The WBO, the WBA has a rehydration clause. The IBF in general has a rehydration clause. And every state has their own rehydration clause. So the narrative that's being painted, motherfuckers need to stop. Straight like that. Straight like that. All niggas be talking. No, niggas. Back then, your weight class that you walk around with, fighting the weight class you're supposed to. If you're shrinking your body down there and a person is a legit 135 pounder and you are a legit 160 pounder, but you're shrinking your fucking body all the way to 135, then you want to blame the rehydration clause after you lose. Nigga, you know it was a rehydration clause all along. It's rehydration clause all along. Then we gotta stop this narrative right now. This is another narrative. Oh, Turkey don't know. First is Turkey putting on all the big fights. Now it's all Turkey don't know how. So it's cool for Crawford to move up 14 something pounds to fight Canelo, but it's not cool for Teo Meag to move up 7 pounds when his real walk around weight is 147, 154. Like, dumbest shit over here. The dumbest shit over here, man. People pick and choose, man. People pick and choose. For people to say Brian Norman, bro, you just won a belt last year. Like Stanley Jonas had that shit since 2022. Like, make it make sense. He had that belt since 2022, motherfucker. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. He had the belt since 2022. Make it make sense. Now I mean, the Bernie the boxer come on there. Oh, well, he don't need Boots. Boots gotta fight. No, Norman need to fight Boots. Boots is the king of that division. You understand? He's the king of that division. Everybody know that. Norman ain't fight no fucking body. I mean, he's going over there to Japan, and he's gonna get robbed over there. He's gonna get robbed. Y'all want to see he's gonna get robbed. And you the champion, nigga. You still not the east side. That nigga's supposed to be fighting in Atlanta, nigga. Supposed to be fighting in your backyard. Yo shit, nigga. You going over to Japan to move, man. I told Cool Boy the same thing when y'all said, I said, Cool Boy never should have went over there. Don't go over there, man. That'd be y'all downfall. You let them come over here. You let them come over here. You understand me? But y'all gotta understand too. A lot of these fighters, when they come over here, majority of them been coming over here since they've been kids. So you know, they body get a immune what they want. It's like, for instance, you're amateur and you going to London as a child, and you going over there, your amateur fights, you go on Olympian, etc. You going over there doing that, and you've been doing that. Let's say you've been over there before you turn pro. You've been over there 3, 4 times. Your body's already immune to it. So by the next time you go over there, it's just another trip. It's just another home base. I mean, it's different. What, man? I mean, every time you find you going through secret portals and shit that we don't really know about. I mean, that's for another story. I mean, but like Billy boy, man, stop the cat, man. You big cat, and now your son, tennis player, on his ass with man. You put him there with a nobody, so of course he's gonna look good, bro. But he ain't doing nothing special. None of them got power. That's crazy. None of your kids got power. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. No, but I came to breathe for a bit. So probably do the cook up show a little later. You know, man, you stay tuned in, man. I got a bunch of clips dropping. You know, I was gonna say before live. You know, I just came to test out the live and see what's gonna really happen. But I see, you know, my notifications ain't going out. So they playing with the numbers. So, but I say to each his own. It is what it is. You know, just check out every clip I drop, man. That's all I ask for. You know, stay tuned. In. You know, I ain't really asking much, but no, let's always try to keep this channel, you know, even if we could, let's keep it at 100 views. I'll be super thankful for 1,000 views on up, especially 10,000 on up. But we got to get back into the algorithm, man, because they want to hide the real, man, and they only want to present the fake. You understand me? They hide in the real and only presenting the fake. So all of the fake shit y'all want to hear is going to come across y'all feed. But when the real come across y'all feed, our numbers is going to look low. So when y'all look at us, y'all gonna be like, all the niggas don't know nothing they talk about until you just tune in, you hit that button, and then you understand the situation we really giving y'all is the truth. I ain't gonna sugarcoat no shit. I mean, I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. Boxing narratives is being crazy out here. It's too many delusional people that say a bunch of stupid shit. Because if a person can move up 14 pounds, that means another person can move up 7. That's what boxing's for. You ain't gonna stay in your same weight class forever. Because that's not really your weight class. Your walk around weight is your weight class. So let's see who gets the fights up there. And let's stop talking about all of these commentating fighters. You got a lot of up and coming fighters that deserve a shot. You understand me? How a prospect supposed to get a shot if the champion say he ain't fighting nobody? But when you watch the champion fight, the champion ain't fighting nobody. So we need these prospects and these contenders to really get their shots like how back in the day was. Because it'd be crazy when the champion be like, oh, you ain't fight nobody. But when you look at the champion next fight, you're like, nigga, you ain't fight nobody. Fight the prospect, fight the contender. That's what nigga they rank. Even if he a prospect, 9 times out of 10 when you look, he probably ranked number 10. Then when he shoot to the top 5 status, he becomes a contender. So if you ain't fighting the contender, the top 1 through 5, then give us 6 through 10. Fight them niggas. Because at the end of the day, all we've seen is a bunch of commentator fighters. That's all we know in boxing. We just know all of the commentator fighters in boxing. That's it. What up, Montana? What up, my guy? Chilling. You know, because that in boxing, that's all we know of. So when a prospect come up, he's like, oh, we don't know that who he fought. But when you look at it, he's fighting his competition that's ranked in his level, and he's earning his name. And just like I said, for Shakur Stevenson to go on there to do an interview and call out Dean the Great and not call out Tito Mercado or Javier Herrera that called you out and the world sees it's like, damn, them young motherfuckers knocking niggas out. It's crazy to not call them out, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. You feel me, Montana? Like, this should be crazy, man. Like, narratives and boxing be crazy. They want you to believe a certain situation. Like, nah, bro, how the fuck you gonna tell me something different? And I'm seeing the same shit y'all can see and listening and hearing the same shit y'all hearing. It's like a nigga, you know a nigga a rat, and you tell your homie, yo, you know that nigga rat paperwork out on, or he ain't tell on me. And then 10 years later, you see another nigga, you show me the paper, nigga showed the paperwork 10 years ago. You want to see the paperwork, go to the nigga family. Hey, man, like all these niggas be soft, man. And I just see the agenda, how everybody just want to keep bringing up Tank name. So it's like the more you bring up Tank name, the more you get paid. And this shit just be clickbait. You know what I mean? I'm watching everybody running around saying Tank laws. But when Pitbull really beat Tank, Pitbull beat Tank. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. If anybody beat Tank, it was Pitbull. I'm always say that. Anybody beat Tank, it was Pitbull. From the first to the 12th, Pitbull was in that ball ass. Lamont, no, I'm gonna be real. Is that I ain't like that fight. You know, I knew it was a good fight. It was a great fight, and with the stigma they putting on Lamont, I can tell these people don't watch boxing because Lamont only campaigned at 132 times and ended up winning the title. His last 4 fights, it was one at 140, one at 135, and 2 at 130. But he ended up catching the title his last fight at 130. What's up? Yeah, he ended up catching the title in his last John. Yeah, they faking the fucking friendship. And you know they faking the friendship because Shakur knew Lamont before he knew Keyshawn. That's how you know he's faking the fucking friendship. That's the point I get for tanking him. You know, tanking him. Lamont is real good friend. But when I seen the press conference, I'm like, man, them niggas ain't like it's gonna be an easy night. It's like he's trying to throw Lamont the oop, and he did throw Lamont the oop. That's yeah. That's it. Actual factual, actual factual, actual factual. And he's a great fighter. And that's why I was laughing at niggas when they were talking about Tank Lamont. I'm like, bro, y'all niggas tripping. Y'all motherfuckers tripping. Niggas be tripping, bro. Niggas be talking weight classes. When you fight the street, it ain't no fucking weight classes. You know? That's too small for boots. But Bud Crawford can move up 14 pounds, nigga. That's what boxing is about. That's what boxing is about. Like right now, we all not me, everybody like that. Bud Crawford, no, he's 186. Nigga, that's probably his walk around weight, bro. Well, boy, he can move up there. He can move up to 147. No, he taller than me, you know? And my body weight, I'm 5'4", so my body weight between 120, some like my sheets be 125, but right now I'm between like 130 shooting up to 140. That but he like 5'7", 5'6", 5'7", 147, cool for me. 147 is great for a lot of these fighters, man. That shit great for a lot of these fighters. Niggas just gotta test they stuff. And that would be wrong when we got fighters who's really trying to test they stuff. You got a dickhead coming out of left field that ain't never caught a ball, never put on gloves, never did nothing but to talk some bullshit. When they create that, man, we gotta remember once the first person, if the nigga that lie go on social media and tell his lie first, that lie becomes the truth, and the truth become a lie. That's how it always be. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. All Cuba really gotta do is plant his feet. Cause we got some sparring clips really, he put certain shit down. Just like I believe Shakur got power, but they not planting their feet right. Even Devin, like it's it's easy to knock somebody out, but it's just us in general. It's how we plant our feet and when we throw our punch. You know what I mean? It's just what you got niggas that's heavy handed. Is sometimes they land something, it just be crazy. Like you see Tank Power, you see Rolly Power, like the white boy Trevor McCumbee. That nigga shit crazy. Like that nigga hit Caleb Plant in the shoulder. That my sweet hands flew across the fucking ring. Then you got Navarrete. Like that nigga just be at a ball. He be at his speakeasy all day. Take like 50 shots. A motherfucking Jose Cuervo come out and how he fight his power. He hit a nigga, they drop. I mean that nigga got grandpa a mechanic construct. You half mechanic, half construction, grandpa strength. After that, they be hitting niggas. He put them down, man. But his last fight, it was what it was, man. But them type of power be crazy. But yeah, Blue Boy, his last fight, he looking good on the inside, man. How they had him. Now it's just about he had power, man. He had power. He was a problem. He had problem. He'll be a super problem. Even if he had motherfucking the nigga Lewis Neri or the guy anyway just fight. If he had a little bit of teeny power like that, that would be a problem. See already a problem with power. He'd be down the shit. He'd be down the shit. I agree with you because see what people looking at, and I'm telling people not to look at that. See, people looking at Tevin Farmer performances. Shakur is not Tevin, and Tevin is not Shakur. Tevin is a more slicker fighter. Now I mean, he's a more slicker fighter. Shakur is still amateurish. He's still in and out. And he told you the game plan. He told you the game plan. Well, we know William coming. That ball machine. He coming. And I was always taught this as a kid. The more punches you throw, the more you're going to land. And back then, when I was growing up, it was always when we looked at the scorecard, the person that outlanded the other person won. Only if you're not a champion, you got to out the champion and take it from the champion to earn the belt. But before niggas go from prospect to contender and they ever won 12 rounds, 10 rounds, 8 rounds, 6 rounds, 4 rounds, they always won on the scorecards because they threw the more punches and they landed. That's why I didn't understand the Devin Haney fight because I counted the punches. Dev landed 44 punches. Jose landed like 73 punches. He threw the most punches. But of course they're going to give it to Dev to secure and make sure he gets the victory because his last performance. And that's what Turkey told Ryan, bro, just throw more punches. I can help you. I mean, win the fight. You just got to throw punches. As long as we see you throwing punches, don't worry about the second round. We want to cover that shit all up to secure the bag. But Brody exposed that they was already having a fight. Now, he already exposed that they was having a fight. But the key thing is, like, William Zepeda is going to come give you 100 or to 100 or 100 plus punches around. So, and he's throwing bowls. He's throwing bowls. So it's all about Shakur body standing that shit. Yeah, Shakur bodies because Seven Form, that nigga got Iron Man abs. I'm gonna call that nigga Seven Iron Man ad farmer. You know what I mean? You know, he my niece is his fiance. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you go there, you see, you propose to my niece, you want to see my sister-in-law, my brother there, you know, my brother got Puerto Rican boy, you know what I mean? Well, we mix people. I mean, we mix motherfuckers. But, you know, we look more real than you look. I hate seeing the word black. I hate seeing not black. I don't even like saying African American because Jesse Jackson created the word, the real natives of America. Instead, we the real natives of America. Both races together. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, my brother there, and I call him Iron Man as to foreman, man. You know, I just hope Shakur can take those body shots. You know, which we all know he can. Them niggas been boxing since he been doing this shit since he was a kid. You know, he's been in there with all types of fighters. But the only difference is the gloves and the heat. Different. The gloves and the headgear, and the world gets to see. The world gets to see this shit. We get to witness this shit. You know, and I believe it's gonna be a great fight. I believe, you know, I'm telling y'all, I believe y'all gonna find out Shakur got power. If Shakur just stay on the inside and counter, I promise you he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. That shit gonna come back. But it's all about him taking that chance. And I know Shakur got power just because it shows. It shows. It shows. It shows and tell you, you know. And he print his feet right. It's just all about him taking contact. If he can go in this fight and become, you know, be a smart boxer, you know, but be a forward boxer and he'll do a little counter punching, he's going to get the knockout. He's going to get that knockout. He's going to get it. The Devin Farmer exposed Williams to pay the chin. It only takes one time for a person to expose your chin. As long as that person always hit it, that shit over. I'm gonna keep it real. For Shakur, I know they're not gonna take me. But like, he's cool with Bozy. Go with Bozy. Do something with Bozy. I promise you. Bozy will change your shit in 3 weeks. I watched Bozy do it to Big Baby Miller for the what's the guy name? Andy Ruiz. Gotta be Joshua. Big Baby Miller came to Philly. He got me with the Bozy. A 3 week notice. Big Baby Miller beat Andy Ruiz. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He beat Andy. Yes, he did. He beat Andy. That wasn't no draw. He beats Andy. And if Dynamite would have fought him with Bozy head, like right now, Big Baby Miller, he said I'm staying with Bozy. Anybody he fight, that shit over. If Shakur was to go to Bozy, that shit would be murdered. Bozy gonna get you right. He ain't gonna. You already got what he like. Now it's all right. I already know what you got. I know who you are. Now we gonna get you punching. You know, I would have said up and Jim. You know, Coach Calvin Ford and Kenny Yellis, but you know that's enemy lines. You feel me? But anybody can do it. Bozy do that shit. Bozy. If Emmanuel Stewart was around, I say Emmanuel. Emmanuel the best fucking trainer I've ever seen. That's my favorite trainer of all time. Emmanuel Stewart is the best trainer of all time. Can't nobody else tell me different. He had the most champions. You see what he did with the Olympic team. And his Olympic team, all of them became champions. And Eldrick Teller was the last one. I know, hey, Monty, I said the same thing. Look, won that fight, man. They robbed my guy for a 3 week notice how Bozy had him. I said, damn, imagine Bozy having the whole camp. Oh, that boy be a dangerous heavyweight. He'll be a dangerous heavyweight. He still is. That boy be a dangerous heavyweight. And the fight he got coming up, I gotta see who's in his corner. Cause I ain't gonna check, but I hope Bozy is. But that's all Shakur needs. But another thing is Shakur don't listen to his grandfather. He don't listen to his grandfather. He don't. That nigga do not listen to his grandfather. Because if he listened to OG Moses, he'd be getting a knockout. Moses be like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? You hear him. You like, yo, what are you doing, bro? Like, you my grandson and all, but what are you doing? You know? At least Zay, you know, nigga, Zay got a joint just by listening to the corner. When Zay got his KO, just by listening to the corner, he got his KO. Doesn't mean how he got it or the opponent he fought, but he still got one. He still got one. That's the only problem with Corey. And sometimes they go for boots too. You know, when us fighters understand everything you train for, And he gotta let his motherfucking hands go. You know, a lot of fights, a lot of fighters when they train for a fight, once they get punched, everything you train is go out the power, awake you up. One thing I learned about Boots, he got an iron chin. Now, I mean, everybody, oh, he get hit too much. I'm like, damn, if a person throws 100 punches around, or 50 punches around, and only laying 7 punches, that's not getting hit. See, when shit hit the glove, you watch the sweat bounce off the glove, so you would think the person getting hit. It's not that. That nigga Boots be doing all that 52 block shit. Yeah, Connor smoking. There's no lie like Shakur. I like Shakur, but at 147, Connor smokes. At what 147, Connor smokes, yo. Cause I'm gonna be real. When Connor fought Chris Eubank, that wasn't Connor. That was like he was fighting smart. I like the new stance. Conor Benn stance was ill. He blocking with the one hand, keeping this joint drop. When you come up, he catch that joint. Conor, that stance was nasty. That counter bust my ass. That counter stance was nasty. That, I mean, I thought it was a draw. I thought it was a draw. I thought it was a draw. That was a tough fight, man. But if the best man went either or, I wouldn't be mad. But if I'm not mistaken, Chris Eubank got the title right, so they're gonna make sure he grab that shit. But Conor, that fight, Conor, that stance, that shit, he looked good, man. He looked good. Boy, he looked good doing it. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That was man. That fight was what? What? So far, 2025, we got a lot of great fights of the year. It started off, I'm going to keep saying it, Diego Pacheco and Steve Nelson. Banger. That shit opened up the year. That shit was a banger. That shit was a banger. Then we got the Pitbull fight. That shit was a banger on the Benavidez card. Then we got the motherfucking Benavidez Morel. Banger. 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 Then, after that, cool. The Virgil Madrimov shit was cool, but it was a banger on that card. I keep forgetting it was that banger. I gotta go back and watch that. The Williams and Payton and Tevin Farmer fight was a great fight. Yeah, we need fireworks. We need fireworks. We need another tournament too. The best, the best at each class. You start at everybody from 126 to 130 tournament, 135, 140 tournament, 147, 154 tournament, 160, 168 tournament, 175, 200 tournament. And TKO boxing, Turkey and Dana White, that should be the tournament situation. How Top Rank did that Super Six joint last time, but this time boxing they do it for two weight classes. I mean, 126, 130 will be better than 130 and 135. So 126 and 130 clashing, get it in. 135 and 140, yeah, we see that. 147, 154, yeah, we see that. All fireworks, all fire. That should be lit. And Turkey and Dana, that's what they should do. TKO boxing. It's the tournament of KO. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a night to remember. A night to remember. And bro, you can do two tournaments. You can do two tournaments a motherfucking month. And the reason I say that, you can give us damn, this motherfucker up this lie. He about to fuck up my life. Should I go through it too, yo? Shit crazy. Yeah, anyway can do it. Anyway can do it. He a dog, and the reason I say that, he don't give up. He got knocked down, got up, proved it all. He can do it. Even Bug can do it. I'm calling it right now. If nobody don't get knocked out and they go 12 rounds, this I'm gonna break it down to you. If Berlanga beats Shiraz and Bud and Canelo go 12 rounds, they're gonna give Bud the fight. But if Shiraz beat Canelo, but if Shiraz beat Berlanga, And he goes, good guy, remember, Shiraz beat Belenga. He's already promised another fight. This shit crazy. Shoot, shoot. I think that too. 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 Because I'm gonna be real. What's the guy? This old motherfucker man with this dumbass music, man. You got the Rafael Spinoza, right? That motherfucker 6 foot something. That nigga's supposed to be fighting up there at 150. That not even that nigga's supposed to be at 160, 168. But he shrink his body down to what? You feel me? 126, 130 frame. I mean, in that body class, if I'm not mistaken, it's the 126 yet. So I like Shushu to take that fight, just to take that belt. But the only thing with Rafael, and I like Ralph. I like his last fight. Yo, Top Rank saved the whole fucking card. That week, Top Rank saved it, and it started with him. Really started with Emiliano Vargas and all of them pulling that out. But monster. His inside game was superb, yo. His outside game was superb. And to be a tall fighter fighting a smaller guy. And if I'm not mistaken, the guy name was Vasquez, something like that. He was a dog. You know, yo, he looked good doing it. You know, and by me just seeing Shushu there, I'm like, damn, no, if nobody gonna give Shushu a chance, man. Hopefully Shushu can get it with this guy because they all under the same umbrella, you know. And I got a feeling once Shushu get one, he's off to the races. Once Shushu get one, that shit over. I got Shushu become undisputed. I got it. Or if he just go straight fight anyway, take it, you know. It me personally, I save that for the American. Come back and fight me in America. I don't want to go. You should go over there. I'm gonna say he's gonna get knocked out. I'm saying, here go the old motherfucker again, y'all. You see the shit? All he gonna do is drive around the block. The fat bitch ain't even out down the block. Old head gonna keep driving around the block trying to catch the fat bitch. And you see old head like 60 something, all in his feelings. Nigga all in his feelings. I got Shushu beating a lot of them niggas. But Shushu got to move up. I like to see Shushu at 130, 135. But, hey, Bob, yes, he is. Yeah, he do. But, like, with Japan, I don't know. It's just us American fighters, you know, oh, we American, so they going to get us. Steroids legal over there. I always tell people that steroids legal over there. And, you know, they gloves, the winning gloves, they're going to make sure, because, you know, the person that owns winning, you know, the best gloves in the world, even though he's based out in California, he's from Japan, Japanese, Japan. Ain't no way come here where he go at. He go straight there. So, you know, that shit, you know, they gonna make sure his gloves are set to the T. But I like anyway a lot, but Shushu, I always like Shushu. I always told niggas, you know, they got one, he coming. They got one, he coming. But I'm hearing, you know, where I'm from, the city of Philly and shit, you know, this shit should be true. You know, this is going to really happen. Cool Boy stuff and Oshaki Foster. Yeah, Cool Boy stuff and Oshaki Foster. I heard that don't happen. Baker, Baker. And these two niggas don't smoke whips. They don't whip. Them niggas don't whip. And niggas said, hold on, whips. Yo, that was the funniest shit beginning of the week. I see that shit. I said, oh, shout out to Fight Hype posting it. Yo, that shit was funny as shit. Especially how they edit that joint. That shit was funny. Yeah, they say it's happening. That's gonna be what? Cause Oshaki nice, yo. Oshaki nice, especially like gym rats like Oshaki, Lubin, gym rats. You know, Tank, Wu, Shakur, but he got all gym rats. But you know, fights niggas really want to see, we're not gonna get that. Because at the end of the day, niggas is really cool with each other. Elijah Pierce should be good. Elijah Pierce should be good. Elijah Pierce should be good. If I'm not mistaken, do Elijah got a loss? Elijah got a loss? Because I know I seen a couple fights of him, and I know the last one I seen that was personal alive. If he got that loss, if it was him, but I know he on OTX. He's a monster. I like Elijah Pierce. What's my guy over there? Man, my guy Malik. Malik. That's his name, Malik Hawkins. Malik. Light skin ball with the braids. OTX. What? Yeah, he got two ears. So yeah, one of the fights I see. That don't mean shit. I mean, he's the dog. You know. But yeah, my guy Malik Hawkins. That's his name. He over there on OTX. Light skin brother, man. He be wearing two braids going backwards, going back. He nice. And there's another guy. If I'm not mistaken, he's from New Orleans. I like to see him in Anyway, him in Shoo, him and Nick Ball. His name Michael Angeletti. Michael Angeletti. Angenetti? All right, yeah, Michael Angenetti. Montana, check out Michael Angenetti. Light skin brother from New Orleans. Punch him up. Bro, that ball, man, special. He's special. He just can't get the fights. He can't get his fights, man. Yo, that brother's special, man. He remind me, this is no bullshit, man. He remind me, you can put Pretty Boy, Money Made, and Rickendale together. Michelangelo's special, man. That ball is special. Nice. And they all ducking. They all ducking. And I'm not gonna lie, they all ducking Mike. They all ducking Angenetti. They know he's there. He's still ranked top nigga. Got no losses. He's still there. They're ducking that brother. He's nice. He's super sharp. That brother's super sharp. He be switching. He a southpaw. Sometimes he'll come in the southpaw stance, do his thing. Orthodox stance, do his thing. Brother nice. Like Michael Angenetti, I've been watching for over like 17 years right now. Time fly like a motherfucker. I've been watching him since like, I ain't gonna lie, like 2015, 2014, 2015, like 2015. I've been watching. I seen him jump over some fights over there in PBC, top rank, golden boy. He been around. He been around. He a dog. They call it a dog. And Malik Hawkins, that's his name. No. They call him Malik Mayhem something. I don't know if his last name Hawkins. Last name something. I know they call him double M or triple M Malik Mayhem. He's fighting the OTX right now. That brother nice, man. God, that brother special, man. Oh man.